Tonight, the Bank of Canada cuts its key interest rate for the first time since March.
Whenever we see rates fall below that 4% threshold, that's a bit of a psychological trigger for a lot of borrowers and home buyers.
Good news for anyone looking to buy or remortgage. But what does the decision signal about the state of our Canadian economy? Expanded responsibilities for pharmacists in Ontario could make your life easier.
We know that pharmacists are trusted and they can do these things safely and effectively.
While many pharmacists are on board, some doctors are raising concerns. And basking in the September heat.
I mean, it's fantastic. We'll golf, maybe go to the pool, have a nice afternoon.
The last week of summer giving us a little something to hold on to until next year. Good evening. We begin tonight with what may be good news for realtors or anyone looking to buy or remortgage a home, but may also signal real concern about our economy, with several indicators pointing to a difficult period ahead for this country. The Bank of Canada has cut its key interest rate by 1/4 point. It's the first rate cut since March. And for many in Ottawa carrying a significant mortgage, it could make those monthly payments more affordable. With the central bank's decision, the key overnight lending rate now sits at 2.5%. CTV's Austin Lee is following this for us today and joins us live with more. Austin.
Well, you said it, Patricia. This is good news for homeowners, especially those with a variable rate mortgage or anyone looking to renew their mortgage. But the rate, it also points to a weakening Canadian economy with today's cut. There's high unemployment, and of course, U.S. tariffs are still in place.
For me, I'm happy because now I'm going to buy a house.
That's great. Anything that can help young Canadians have a house, because I feel really bad for young people today.
Borrowing money in Canada just got a bit cheaper.
We're extrapolating what the next few months will be, and then that's when we will really feel a difference. At this point, not yet, but it's a really good start.
It's great news for Jatine Gore and Marianne Orchanyan, owners of 7 properties.
We've been hoping that this will happen because we have some mortgages coming up for renewal in the next 6 months or so.
Factoring in Wednesday's rate cut from the Bank of Canada, someone with a $500,000 variable mortgage over 25 years will save just under $70 a month. As for fixed rates,
the lowest 5-year fixed rate available right now is at 3.94%. And whenever we see rates fall below that 4% threshold, that's a bit of a psychological trigger for a lot of borrowers and home buyers.
Home renovation specialists are also welcoming the move.
We find that people in Ottawa are typically sensitive to good news and bad news. When good news comes out, we're noticing that people are a little bit more comfortable making purchasing decisions.
CEO of Ottawa General Contractors, Ferris Elsabah, is hoping this rate cut sparks consumer confidence.
Whether their HELOC is now a little bit cheaper, whether now it's a good time to refinance their home and pull out a little bit of equity, this is typically how they finance their renovation projects.
Others, however, don't see Wednesday's rate cut as a reason for optimism, with Canada's unemployment rate remaining stubbornly high and signs that global economic growth is slowing, with Trump's tariffs creating uncertainty.
People are starving out there. There's people, middle-class people, that can't feed themselves because they have to mortgage or rent or food.
Now, the U.S. Federal Reserve also cut its interest rate this afternoon, also by 25 basis points. That's the first cut south of the border this year, where interest rates now range from 4 to 4.25%. Patricia.
CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the rate cut and the potential impact in this country and south of the border. Download the CTV News app right now. Just scan the QR code on your screen using your smartphone. Well, training and safety culture taking center stage at the trial of a man charged in the death of a worker more than 2 years ago. Nick Chenier died after being electrocuted while trimming hedges in Manotick. Today, one of his co-workers was on the stand facing cross-examination. CTV's Katie Griffin in the courtroom, and again, following this for us today. Katie.
Well, Patricia, the man testified through a French interpreter. He agreed he had verbal and formal training about the hazard of power lines and how far to stay away from them, but then couldn't recall some aspects of safety training. The man working with Nick Chenier the day he died testified he didn't know about the power line above the hedge they were trimming in Manotick, and that as foreman it would have been Chenier's responsibility to assess danger. It seems very unlikely Mr. Chenier wouldn't have seen it in the hours he was working there, defense lawyer Mark Ertl put to Marc-Andre Gosselin. Yes, he replied through a French interpreter. Did he mention that wire to you at all? No, Gosselin said. Stephen Deans, Chenier's supervisor, is charged with criminal negligence causing death. He's pleaded not guilty. Chenier was 20 in May 2023 when the hedge trimmer he was using touched a 16,000-volt power line. He was electrocuted and pronounced dead an hour later. Gosselin said he had received verbal and formal training about that hazard and the distance to stay away from it. Pressed under cross-examination whether the boom lift training included any training about using power tools around high-voltage lines, Gosselin said, "I do not recall." He testified some of the safety training included proper positioning of ladders and how to use the tools. Asked if there was anything else, he replied, "Not that I can recall." The Crown alleges Deans failed to warn Chenier about the danger of the hydro wires and directed him to work without proper training and equipment. The allegations have not been proven in court. Gosselin also testified Chenier called Deans upset about how big this job was and thought it was underpriced. The defense saying that was an example of them being able to reach out if something felt off. Court also heard today from the homeowner who hired Best Green Hedges to do the work. She said they'd done it many times before at her property and that the power lines are visible from her house. Patricia.
CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you. Still ahead, weaving comfort into the lives of those without a bed, turning milk bags into mattresses at Greeley Anglican Church. That story coming up. Well, there are only a few precious days of summer remaining, but the weather could fool you into thinking it is the middle of July, with temperatures well above the seasonal average, triggering a pre-fall boost for some summer businesses. CTV's Dylan Dyson was out soaking up the sun today. Poor guy, asking people how they're feeling about this weather, Dylan.
That's right, Patricia. With fall arriving in the capital on Monday, it appears summer will end on a high note, and many would like to see these summer conditions continue.
After a sweltering and dry summer on the links, Ann Keeley is making the most of September golf.
We're so lucky to be able to be out at this time of year. I mean, it's fantastic. We'll golf, maybe go to the pool, have a nice afternoon.
Wednesday's forecast called for a high of 27 degrees, with the Humidex pushing that to 30, far exceeding the average temperatures for this time of year.
Temperatures in the mid to high 20s, which several degrees above where you should be this time of year. The normal for this time of year is the high teens, say 18 to 20.
Making golf the hot ticket item as it gets late into the season.
Busy. We probably had one of our busiest summers yet. We're a 9-hole course, so it takes 2 hours to play. And we start at 8 o'clock now, with this starting to get darker in the morning.
And on the pickleball courts, things are also heating up in the kitchen.
It's been iffy until about a month ago, and September's been fabulous, so hope it stays that way.
The outlook for this fall appears to be more of the same.
We're expecting the months of September, October, November, the meteorological autumn, to be above normal in terms of temperatures.
That's good news for business at the Mary Dairy.
Mentally, we've made the shift to fall, and we have all our fall flavors like pumpkin cheesecake and cinnamon sugar, but it's not that sweater weather yet. But still, people are coming out for ice cream to get that last, because a lot of times people only go for ice cream in the nice weather, and they stop coming in the winter. So we're still getting long lineups in the evening and people coming out to enjoy the patio.
I love it. It's going to be good even until the end of October. For me, it doesn't have to be sunny.
Winter comes fast enough, right? So we get out as much as we can now.
Now, Environment Canada cannot say how much above seasonal the coming fall temperatures will be, but do forecast that these summer-like conditions will continue into the first days of the new season next week. Patricia.
And I love that you don't have to give up your ice cream when summer's done. You just maybe switch your flavors up a little bit.
Absolutely. They have them ready to go.
All right, Dylan, thank you. CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. And here is a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam to prove our point. 25 degrees out there right now. Absolutely a beautiful evening. And from one good gig to another, Dylan out there in the weather today and Jackie out there in the weather this evening at the Red Blacks Women's Training Camp, which is always a super fun event, Jackie.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia. 200 women are here on the field today getting some skills and drills out here at TD Place, and it is all for Girls on the Run, and it is such a great confidence booster, and everyone's having a great time here. And the weather, how stunning is that for a night like tonight? You mentioned it, 25 degrees here in the capital, but with that humidity, it's feeling a little closer to 28 degrees. 25 for really most of Eastern Ontario, slightly cooler in Kingston at 23 in Trenton as well, but the sun will continue to shine. And the good news is it is likely going to carry on into tomorrow. I know that all week long we've been forecasting for potential rain on Thursday, but it looks like it may just miss Ottawa. So we're getting to a daytime high of 24 degrees. We are getting a mix of sun and cloud. We will have more on your long-term forecast in just a bit, and of course for more here at Red Black's Women's Training Camp.
Well, Alex Formanton will not return to the Ottawa Senators when he is eligible to play in the NHL in December.
I've engaged in discussions with the agent, and I think both sides agree that it would be best for everybody for a fresh start for Alex.
So that means not with this organization?
Correct.
Sens General Manager Steve Staios making the announcement at the first day of training camp for the Ottawa Senators today. Formanton was one of 5 players on trial for sexual assault charges stemming from an incident in London, Ontario in 2018. All 5 players were acquitted. They will be eligible to sign contracts on October 15th, but will not be allowed to play in the league until December. Well, work is underway after 2 water main breaks in Gatineau. The first happened yesterday at the intersection of Laurier Street and Boulevard des Alimentières near the Alexandra Bridge. Then a second water main break occurred in the same area. The infrastructure failures forced the Canadian Museum of History to close yesterday. It reopened this afternoon. Gatineau City Hall was also closed today, and there is a boil water advisory in effect in that area tonight. The city says the necessary repairs are now complete and water service will be gradually restored. Well, a heart-stopping situation west of Toronto. A 21-year-old man is facing multiple charges after driving the wrong way on one of the country's busiest highways. Dashcam video shows the driver going eastbound in the westbound lanes of Highway 401 near Milton. Police say the car sideswiped several vehicles before colliding with a light pole at the side of the highway. Investigators say the driver fled on foot but was arrested a short time later. Well, 3 people are in hospital after a 2-vehicle crash in the Ottawa Valley. It happened around 11 a.m. today on River Road in McNabb-Braeside. Police have not released details about the extent of the injuries or what led to the crash. The road was closed for several hours but did reopen just after 4:30 this afternoon. A G1 driver will not be behind the wheel for a while after being stopped for stunt driving on an Ottawa road. Police caught the driver going 107 kilometers an hour in a 60 zone on River Road yesterday. The 19-year-old was unaccompanied at the time. Well, Ontario Provincial Police are looking for a man wanted on a Canada-wide warrant for breach of statutory release. 34-year-old Abdo Yusuf is serving a 2-year sentence for firearms charges. Police say he's known to frequent Ottawa. He's described as 6'3" with black hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Well, for the 2.5 million people across the province without a family doctor, accessing medical care can be difficult. That's why the Ontario government is expanding pharmacists' powers to treat and prescribe medication for more common ailments. CTV's Stefan Keys joins us now with the details on this. Steph.
Patricia, in recent years, the government has been giving pharmacists the ability to assess and treat 19 minor ailments like pink eye, UTIs, and hemorrhoids. Now that list is expanding. The plan is to allow pharmacists to treat 14 other ailments, including sore throats, calluses and corns, mild headaches, shingles, minor sleep disorders, fungal nail infections, swimmer's ear, head lice, nasal congestion, dandruff, ringworm, jock itch, warts, and dry eye. These regulatory changes still have to be approved by the Ontario College of Pharmacists. The province also wants to allow pharmacists to administer more publicly funded vaccines, including RSV, tetanus, diphtheria, and shingles. The Ontario Pharmacists Association calls this a step in the right direction.
We welcome this. I think this is great for Ontario residents and patients to break down some of the barriers and increase access to very much needed community-based services. And we know that pharmacists are trusted and they can do these things safely and effectively throughout the province.
Even then, there is some criticism coming from doctors who suggest the changes are risky and overlook the years of training that doctors have. But many are praising the move and say while doctors are showing concerns or getting protective of their roles, the reality is there are millions of people in Ontario who don't have a doctor to turn to but need the medication to get them better. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Stefan Keys live for us tonight. Thank you. And we do have extended coverage of the province's plan to expand pharmacists' prescription powers. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, another shake-up tonight to Mark Carney's government. Sources telling CTV News 3 former Trudeau-era ministers are likely headed for diplomatic appointments. Former Defence Minister Bill Blair is set to replace Ralph Goodale as High Commissioner to the UK. Former Energy Minister Jonathan Wilkinson has been offered a post in Brussels as EU ambassador, but according to a source, he is still considering the offer. And former Justice Minister David Lametti, who is currently Principal Secretary to Prime Minister Carney, could possibly be sent to New York to replace Bob Bray as ambassador to the United Nations. Well, the royal family is hosting Donald Trump at Windsor Castle for an unprecedented second state visit. The British rolling out the red carpets for the president, who is known to be a big fan of the royals. CTV's Joy Melvin has more from Windsor in the United Kingdom. Joy.
Talk about a royal charm offensive. The U.S. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania arrived to a spectacular welcome, greeted by Prince William and Princess Catherine and then King Charles and Queen Camilla. Pulling out all the stops designed to dazzle the U.S. president, who's a great admirer of the late Queen and royal family. There was a massive military performance, a fly past with the red arrows. But all of this is happening inside these castle walls where security is very tight, and avoiding the large number of anti-Trump protesters here and in London. Today's pomp is a rare honor for this president. It's meant to strengthen ties between the U.S. and the UK, the so-called special relationship, and it's recognition that the U.S. president has craved. The British government hopes this will smooth over some thorny issues when Prime Minister Keir Starmer meets with Trump over tariffs. The government hopes to ink new trade and technology deals. And there's also the issue of support for Ukraine. While King Charles is politically neutral, he may delicately raise the issue with the president, capping the day with a lavish banquet fit for the president and hosted by the king. Today, the pageantry, tomorrow, the politics. All of this happening in just 48 hours. Joy Melvin, CTV News, Windsor.
Is just providing a little bit of comfort one bag at a time.
Well, just ahead, many of us throw them away. These volunteers repurpose them from milk bag to mattress and a place to sit or sleep. That story coming up. We want to throw it over to Jackie now, who may be doing a little throwing or catching of her own tonight, Jackie.
Oh, man. Yeah, Patricia, there is a race going on right now. Ashley Greco, you were the MC for tonight. What did you think of tonight's event so far?
It's so fun. You can tell behind us, these ladies are having fun. We're doing all kinds of drills. Look at this.
We are having such a blast. This obstacle course is no joke. We are going to take it back to our live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It's at TD Place where all the fun is happening right now. The sun setting very slowly. Again, sun setting closer to about 7:09 this evening. Current temperature sitting around 24, 25 degrees.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville. Bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans. Barhaven.
From every corner of the community.
In the Glebe.
Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville. From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Wake up and start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could be $20,000 richer. Simply watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa for the daily code word. Then enter it online at ctvottawa.ca for your chance to win. Imagine what you could do with an extra $20,000. CTV Your Morning's $20,000 giveaway. Watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday morning 6 to 9.
Well, our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. We'll be joined by a great team a little later in the show. Well, from trash to treasure, a group of volunteers at All Saints Anglican Church in Greeley are transforming something most of us throw away into something many who are experiencing homelessness desperately need. CTV's Caitlin Wilson has more.
On a Tuesday night in Greeley, the church pews are empty, but the back room is full of volunteers woven together by purpose.
You can see over here where they're all doing it's just over and under, back and forth, one end to the other.
Turning milk bags, a lot of milk bags, into something that can make a real difference.
It is just providing a little bit of comfort, one bag at a time.
Comfort that comes in the form of sleeping mats, a lifeline for those without a bed to call their own.
There's a lot of people in the city sleeping rough, especially with it being summer. The shelters are over capacity, so people will be sleeping outside, and they'll use these mats instead of sleeping just on the bare ground.
It takes teamwork.
This is where it starts. The bags are flattened. There's 3 simple cuts done, so the bottom is cut off.
Then they're looped together before the weaving begins. And it takes about 450 milk bags to make just one mat. Since the initiative began 3 years ago, more than 430 mats have been woven, plus around 400 portable sitting pads.
It's the fact that we're helping people, and it's also helping the environment as well. It's multifaceted.
And that's no small feat. The group partners with Earth Hub, a local environmental group that collects the bags, diverting more than 460,000 from the landfill since 2019.
The interesting thing about milk bags is they actually have the recycling symbol on them, but milk bags are not accepted in the blue bin in Ottawa. So therefore, they would have to go to the landfill. So we're trying to reuse them first before they end up there.
A labor of love woven into every mat, transforming plastic pollution into compassion and comfort.
As long as there's a need, we're not stopping. And everybody here will tell you the same thing.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
Good for them. Wonderful initiative. Well, we are certainly enjoying this end of summer weather. Warmer than usual temperatures continuing in Ottawa. Beautiful sunny day over at Majors Hill Park today. Certainly does not feel like fall is about to begin anytime soon, but we do know it is just around the corner, which means more good football being played and more fun at TD Place for the women at the training camp tonight. Jackie, over to you on the field.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Yeah, everyone's having such a great time here, learning a lot of skills and drills as they hit the pitch here or the field here. We are at the throw and catch station right now. The ladies getting a little lesson on what it's like to be a QB, but the temperatures are perfect for this right now. Taking a look at our conditions, we are seeing right now temperatures sitting around 25 degrees. We saw a daytime high of 27, and factor in that humidity, it's feeling closer to about 29. And a reminder, the sun is setting at 7:09 tonight. So yeah, it does feel more like June weather, the start of football season, but the shorter night or days are telling us otherwise. Overnight, 13 degrees. Clear conditions. And as we look towards tomorrow, we're getting to humidex levels about 30 with a mix of sun and cloud for tomorrow. And as we look towards tonight's lows across the region, about 13 here in Ottawa and Cornwall. Brockville slightly warm at 14 degrees. Kingston and Trenton sitting around 11. And as we look towards the valley's temperature is sitting around 13 degrees for the overnight. So much warmer than what we have seen the last couple of days where we were down to single digits. So we can tell you that the warm air is going to be sticking around for at least a couple of days. Tomorrow, the daytime high is going to be 24 with a mix in sun and cloud. Kingston not going to be getting much in terms of cloud cover, so lots more sunshine, 27 the daytime high. And with the humidity, it's going to feel closer to about 30. So keep an eye on this. And also, I have to note, I had to wear sunscreen today, and I didn't think I was going to wear it this late in the season. But here we are enjoying the summer weather. Across the region, Halifax at 20 degrees, mainly sunny. Fredericton also sitting around 22. You could really see that warm air mass moving in from the States into winter, 25, but with that humidity feeling closer to the 30s. As we look towards the prairies, slightly cooler. They have cooler winds coming out of Winnipeg, 19 degrees, 21 as well. for Saskatoon and Regina, and Edmonton, Calgary sitting around the mid-20s. Now today's weather is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. So yeah, we had a chance of showers earlier, but that has since changed. We are expecting a mix in sun and cloud for our Thursday, 24 the daytime high. Things are going to slightly cool though for our Friday and Saturday, with temperatures sitting around 18, 19 degrees. For Saturday, red blacks going to be nice and sunny, so really great conditions as we look towards our weekend. So that's it for us here right now. We are keeping an eye on all of the football action. We're also going to have some fun and speak to a couple of players and organizers at the event, but for now, we're going to hang out at the throw and catch station and have some fun. Back to you, Patricia.
Good stuff. Good luck. Love it. Well, just ahead, gas prices are expected to drop here in Ottawa. We'll share when and by how much.
I'm Andrew Johnson in BC's hot, dry Okanagan, where a home is being built out of a material that can withstand a wildfire.
When a wildfire happens to pass through this property, it has a very good chance of surviving.
How it works and how much you'll pay tonight on CTV National News and ctvnews.ca.
Now, some other stories you need to know right now. You may want to wait to fill up your gas tank. I filled up yesterday, but you can wait. CTV's Steph Enkees joins us with the details on this and other stories. Steph.
Yes, Patricia, the message, wait until tomorrow if you can, because prices at the pump are set to drop significantly overnight. According to Canadians for Affordable Energy President Dan McTagg, gas prices will drop 10 cents a litre tomorrow as stations switch from the summer blend to the cheaper winter blend. Right now, the price of gas is around 144.9 cents a litre, but tomorrow it is expected to be around 134.9. The City of Ottawa is saying government regulations on road paint are causing some durability challenges on city roads. This comes as some councillors raise concerns about the fading white and yellow lines on city streets. In a memo, the city has outlined steps it's taking to address the disappearing paint, including using different materials where it can. There will be some changes to international flights at the Ottawa airport this winter. Porter will keep its direct flight between Ottawa and Las Vegas grounded through the winter. The airline initially launched the service last November, but stopped offering the flight in June. It is unclear if Porter will bring back the direct route in the spring. And Ottawa travelers will not be able to fly directly to London, England this winter. Air Canada is halting its direct flight between the two cities during the winter months. The last flight of the season will be on October 25th. The plan is to resume service on March 30th, 2026. Canadian singer-songwriter Avril Lavigne is starting a new business venture. The 40-year-old from Napanee has teamed up with California winery Banshee Wines to release a limited edition bottle of Pinot Noir. It's named Complicated after her hit song. The winery will be donating $10,000 to She Is the Music, an organization committed to creating more opportunities for women in the music industry. And Patricia, that's not just for vocalists. We're talking women producers, women songwriters, audio engineers. So a great initiative all around.
All sounds very, very positive. So what could be negative about it? The odd comment after this post about, by Canadian, Napanee very close to Prince Edward County. Yes. They got some wines there. Maybe you start in the States and then you move on out.
And move on.
Right, yeah. But some good stuff happening for sure for female musicians. Mm-hmm. Some good stuff happening out on the field at TD Place tonight for female athletes like our own Jackie Perez, who's got her own cheerleading squad there on the field apparently.
Yeah, the energy is amazing here, Patricia and Stefan. We're here for a great cause as well, and to tell us more about why this Red Blacks Women's Training Camp is happening, we have Sylvie Forget Swim. Now, tell us, you are the co-chair of this wonderful event. It's been happening for several years. I participated maybe in the last 3 or 4. Love coming back. Just tell us what the intent is for behind this event.
The intent is all about raising funds for 2 of the programs that the OSEG Foundation supports Girls on the Run and Girls Day the Sports Way. So Girls on the Run is for young girls aged 8 to about 15, and they learn to run a 5K. And so to watch them develop the skills and the confidence and actually get across the finish line is wonderful. And Sports Day the Girls Way is where we bring in about 800 at-risk youth from our community, and they spend a day here with women athletes and do all kinds of different sports.
And we talk about getting that finish line, but we talk about the confidence for young women, but also the women here tonight at the Women's Red Blacks training camp. You talk about a lot of people nervous going on here, learning some skills. We got a throw and catch happening behind us. Just talk about what the energy's been like here for this evening.
Oh, the energy is fantastic. It's a wonderful night. If you're not here, you should be next year. But absolutely, when you've never done this event, you know, most women will walk in, they're not too sure what's going to happen. They don't think they can do it. And very quickly, if you look around the field, they're all having a great time.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much. I'm actually going to run over and speak to Devontae Dedman here. Devontae, we are live right now on CTV at 6. Okay. Tell us, how are the women been doing here with the skill set?
They're doing a great job. I'm more impressed by the touchdown celebrations. Everyone's really taking initiative to really hit their new dance moves. I like it. I like it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Maybe we are going to get a little bit of those dance moves in a little bit. Hey. Do you have one? Do you got a dance move?
Hey, let me see
Shane, let me see that dance move. Let me see your celebration move. Hey. We are going to take it back to you in studio, Patricia. The energy here is none other. We're going to enjoy all these drills, hanging out here until about 7:30. Back to you.
Love it. Love it. We have some cheerleaders joining us in studio coming up soon, so we'll have to match that energy level. I think it's going to be a tall order. Thanks, Jackie.
Frankly, a lot of products were labeled in a way that it was actually quite misleading.
Well, coming up, it's called maple washing, when stores say products are Canadian when they're not. And now a class action lawsuit has been filed. Well, during the ongoing trade war with the U.S., many shoppers are going out of their way to buy Canadian products, even if prices are slightly higher. But some major grocery stores are being accused of maple washing, meaning they're claiming some products are Canadian when they're not. CTV's Pat Foran reports.
You see them all over grocery store aisles and shelves, maple leaves, made in Canada labels, or signage urging you to buy Canadian. Dave, a Toronto shopper who asked us to hide his identity as he searches for misleading advertising, just noticed two questionable products.
We saw that a bag of onions were mislabeled and the green beans were also mislabeled.
Dave found green beans for sale marked as a product of Canada, but on closer inspection on the bag it says product of Guatemala. In another case, he saw a bag of red onions for sale, also sold as a product of Canada. Not the case. On the bag, it says product of Egypt.
We've seen many cases where the maple leaf was used to inflate prices, and frankly, a lot of products were labeled in a way that it was actually quite misleading.
Following complaints, a Quebec law firm has filed a class action lawsuit against major grocery chains, including Provigo, Sobeys, Metro, and Walmart.
This is actually false representation or false advertising.
Lawyer Joey Zucron says grocers are using false advertising to take advantage of consumers who want to support Canadian products.
The only conclusion is that it's to make profit and it's to take advantage of vulnerable consumers who are at a disadvantage vis-a-vis the information that the grocer has.
The class action seeks compensation for customers. Sylvain Charlebois says earlier in the year there was labeling confusion and adjustments required time, but he says by now mislabeling should be considered unacceptable.
There's just zero tolerance for this now.
Dave says he plans to keep looking for maple washing errors because he wants to support Canadian producers.
We personally want to support these local Canadian farmers. I want to make sure that the product I'm getting is actually from Canada.
The class action has been filed, but has not yet been authorized in court. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Well, just ahead, the return to class also means the return of our popular segment, the Myers Team of the Week. Will be joined in studio by a local cheerleading squad.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Dream big with Move 100. Now, dream $20,000 bigger. Starting next week, listen for your chance to win $20,000. Dream big, win bigger with Ottawa's Move 100.
Well, our popular segment, the Myers Team of the Week, is back. Teams are invited to send us a video to describe why their group is the greatest. Tonight's team is the Pacific Sharks. This is the International Open Co-ed Level 5 cheer team. Last season, they dealt with some injuries, but despite challenges, they bonded as a team and earned an invitation to the Cheerleading Worlds, the most prestigious competition in the sport, so I'm told. They made it all the way to the finals, placed 6th in the world in their division, and the cheerleading squad joins us now in studio. Thank you all for being here. Mia, tell me about Worlds. That's incredible that you got down there. That was in Florida?
Yes, it was.
ESPN?
Yes. Worlds is such a great experience for the entire team. A lot of us worked super, super hard to get there. Worlds was a great experience. We had a great showing. Last year, we were in the open all-girl division, which was super challenging. It was against many other teams that we were super honored to compete against because there was a lot of heavy competition. But we did a great showing at Worlds. We showed everyone what we were working for all season, and we did our goal. We made it to finals in one of the most competitive divisions in the world last year, so we were super honored to represent our team.
I love that, Adriana. I'm sure you would like to get back there. You didn't get a taste of it last year?
No, last year I was on Steelfin Sharks, which is the U18 level 5 division, and we were also level 5, but we unfortunately didn't come top 3 in Canada, so hopefully they'll do that this year, and hopefully I'll do that on Pacific.
Okay, so you guys have an event coming up where people who maybe are interested in cheer get to check it out, maybe some fundraising. Did you want to tell me about that? You want to tell me about that? Yeah.
Yeah, so with the winnings, we're going to put it into a fundraiser called Fins Up for the Cure. So Cheersport Sharks Cheerathon, which is this Friday. And we're going to put our $1,000 for cancer research.
Okay, nice. And Gabby, how hard do you have to work at this sport? You guys are practicing later tonight, and you're out several times a week with these guys who are all late teens, early 20s, a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah, it's extremely rough at times, but other times it's really worth it because, like, especially when we go to Worlds, you can tell when all that work is worth it. All the tears, all the hard work, all the blood, everything is really worth it.
Incredible athletes. My daughter's danced, and cheer just adds an extra element to it. Bob is here from Myers supporting these girls. Why are you happy to be here, Bob?
Well, just donating this check to the girls in the sport is really awesome, and hearing where it's going to is even better.
All right, now you and I have to get out of the way because unless you want to be a part of this cheer, I think they're going to do us a little send-off here. So over to you guys. Good luck.
5, 6, 7, 8.
PACIFIC, we're the team you want to be. Pacific Sharks are coming through, and we're gonna eat you.
Pack on 3, pack on 3.
1, 2, 3, pack.
Woo! Good job. All right, very, very nice. Good stuff. Thank you so much for being here. And if you want to be here and be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, just upload your video to ctvottawa.ca. Lots of cheering happening here, too. Coming up, an Ottawa man and his best friend crowned Amazing Race Canada champions. We'll have more on the Season 11 finale coming up after the break. And now back out to the football field. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. I don't know if we're doing this right. Christy is joining me now. This is your first time being here. Just your thoughts. Were you intimidated before you started?
Definitely a little bit intimidated. It's such an exciting atmosphere, though, so definitely surpassing any expectations I had.
You've done 4 or 5 activations now. What is your favorite so far?
I think run and throw.
Run and throw. Amazing. Thank you so much, and enjoy the game so far here. Let's get a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The sun is slowly setting along downtown Ottawa, and it's a beautiful night where conditions are between 24 and 25 degrees.
Pure Country 94, Ottawa's country music station. Pure access to the biggest stars and the hottest songs. Download the free iHeartRadio app to listen to Pure Country everywhere.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, how can you fight off those back-to-school bugs this time of year? Pharmacist Sherry Torkos tells us what you need to do to stock up this fall. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa, starting at 6.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Well, here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Master Chef, and back-to-back episodes of Shifting Gears. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
Whenever we see rates fall below that 4% threshold, that's a bit of a psychological trigger for a lot of borrowers and home buyers.
The Bank of Canada cuts its key lending rate for the first time since March. That rate now sits at 2.5%.
We know that pharmacists are trusted and they can do these things safely and effectively throughout the province.
The Ontario government looking to expand the list of health issues that pharmacists can assess and treat amid an ongoing shortage of family doctors.
I mean, it's fantastic. We'll golf, maybe go to the pool, have a nice afternoon.
Yeah, look like they're enjoying themselves out there today on the golf course. Summer in September, a lot of people and businesses taking advantage of this stretch of unseasonably warm temperatures this month, and it has worked out very well for the women's training camp as well, it seems, year after year. Some good weather for this event, and it's a blast, Jackie.
Honestly, Patricia, everyone's been having such a fantastic time here. It's first-timers. They started off being intimidated, but then they're just like, you know what? Actually, we're having such a fabulous time. And again, it's such a wonderful event. It really empowers women and women in sport. Taking a look at our wake-up conditions, it's about 14 degrees when you get up or when you get up in the morning, 14 degrees, sunshine. So we're going to be sticking to some double digits. And the good news is we're getting up to a daytime high of 24 degrees. And with that humidity, it's going to feel closer to 30. So summer, not quite over yet, but we are going to take it because, hey, football is still in season, whether or not it's summer, whether or not it's fall. We're going to join in on the running back drills. I'm going to take it back to you, Stefan and Patricia, where I'm going to slowly get into this. I think this team won. Did you guys win? Did you guys win? Okay, let's go.
There we go, Jackie. There we go.
Finally moving a little bit. Those drills are great. Like, I wish that could be my gym every day.
Right.
So much fun. Hopefully they get the good weather for the Red Blacks game Saturday afternoon. Atletico are playing a couple of times as well, including Sunday. So a lot happening there, a lot happening here as well. We want to check in and see what our team is working on for tonight, although I have a feeling that might be part of it. So.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Patricia. We've been sprinkling some of the Red Blacks women's training camp moments throughout the show live, but some of the fun wasn't captured on the live cam. So tonight we'll piece together the full report of all the fun taking place down at TD Place right now. I know some of the players participating quite well through their community work, and don't doubt it's a good time. Join us tonight at 11:30 to see why it's described as the best girls' night out in the city, and you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca.
Raises great money for organizations that help keep girls in
That's
sport,
right.
too, which is awesome. All right, this was really fun last night for me. Huge fan of this show. Amazing Race Canada Season 11 wrapping up. Quick warning, if it's still on the PVR, you missed last night's finale, you can turn away now because there's obviously some spoilers here. So Ottawa area, Jonathan Braun, he's Woodlawn, we'll count that, right? and his best friend Jesse Herink were the first to arrive at the final pit stop in Collingwood, Ontario. The pair crowned the season 11 champions. They live out in Vancouver right now, but Braun says he's received a lot of support from his hometown of Woodlawn. Credits his upbringing in a rural community for the fact that he won the line dance challenge. Was able to get through that.
I have just felt so honored to have the support of Woodlawn and West Carleton and the Ottawa Valley. And, you know, as I said on Friday, I'm so proud to be from that area. I'm proud to be a farm boy, even though I'm now in a city. And so it's just been incredible, and I appreciate them so much.
1,000 kilometers. The pair now get to split the grand prize, which includes 2 2025 Chevrolet SUVs, $250,000, a trip around the world, and, of course, the coveted title of the Amazing Race Canada Champions. They also won a bunch of trips along the way.
That's right.
They won segments. So, yeah, congrats to them. Got to chat with them on radio this morning. Super fun. And it's really fun to follow along.
Not a bad grand prize at all. $250,000?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Hopefully there's that kind of money at Cheerleading Worlds if these awesome girls get back down there. Girls and guys on this team. There they are. It was a pleasure to have them in studio. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.